How are you guys doing? Good, there we go. Awesome. Let's get that energy down there. Okay. So, my name is Aaron Knowles, coach, counselor, mentor, leader. I'll get into that a little bit more, but I'm here to talk to you guys about a program that I'm developing. I've developed, working on the book right now, so stay tuned for that. But it's called the Prime Program. It's basically a leadership program that I developed over 20 years of being in the U.S. Army. And it kind of has 5 foundational pillars, and we'll go over those. But it's just, as the generations change that are coming into the military, I've obviously seen quite a few changes. And as the new generation start coming into leadership roles at companies, at jobs, there are different ways to approach being a leader. And through my experience over 20 years in the Army, I found that anybody is capable of leadership, of good leadership, of caring leadership. And I think it starts at a young age, even in high school, even before that. It starts with those foundational things of being just good humans and caring about those people around you. So my program, the Prime Program, brings and cultivates those foundations in order to create better leaders for the next generation. So we're going to go over these, and as you can see right here, the pillars of this program are passion, respect, inspiration, motivation, and empathy. And it all leads into purpose, and we're going to cover why purpose. We're going to talk about passion, we're going to talk about inspiration, respect, and it's not a step-by-step plan. It is a program of all-encompassing foundational pillars that bleed into each other and just create good humans. So a little bit about me, okay? I actually joined the Army here in Las Vegas. I went to Palo Verde High School, graduated. I also spent a year at Rancho, let's not talk about that. But I joined the Army. I had a group of friends, we all kind of joined together. I joined the Army in 2004 as an 88 mic, or a heavy wheeled vehicle operator. So basically I drove some of the biggest trucks on the planet, all the way down to small ones, Jeeps, Humvees, things like that. About 8.5 years in, I transferred over. I got a lucky opportunity, and I got to pursue my passion, and I was able to find my purpose in the public affairs realm, telling stories, talking to people, learning about people, because people are obviously we're not here on this planet alone. We have to care about other people and their story, and we learn about people through their stories, and by being, just again, good humans. And we're going to talk about what that means. I did 13 years in public relations, working with special forces, going overseas a few times, telling stories, being transparent, working with media. I've taken photos of presidents. I've interviewed secretaries of defense. I've worked with partner forces in Iraq, in Syria. And it's all taught me that no matter what walk of life we come from, we all have important stories to tell. And if you can listen to somebody who's next to you, you may find out something incredible about their background. You may find something that you never even understood. You would never look at me and think, hey, this guy survived an IED blast his first year in the Army. You would never look at this guy and say he survived being ejected out of a vehicle because his vehicle started rolling over and he was unconscious and somehow woke up alive and walked away from it. Like, I am incredibly lucky, not once, but twice, and it has allowed me to pursue, with these second and third opportunities, an extra chance to find my passion and my purpose in life. And really, I've come to find out that is inspiring others. And again, this program is going to just delve deeper into that. Post-retirement. So again, I retired last year, and I dedicated my public affairs training, my passion, my purpose, again, to making the lives of veterans and their family members and service members who are getting ready to transition out of the military, to make their process easier. Because it's not an easy process for anybody. Just like everybody experiences everything in the world differently, transition is different for every veteran. So if you ever see somebody in the military, eventually they're going to go through a transition process where they get out, and it's going to be difficult for them. Just like transitioning out of high school into the real world, it's going to be difficult. You're going to handle it all differently. And I wish you the best of luck, but I honestly also wish you that there's going to be somebody there to help you, to mentor you, to coach you, and make it easier. Teach you those lessons so you don't have to face them for the first time without any experience. As you can probably tell, I'm really passionate about helping other people and making sure they know the answers. No test. Let's see. Oh, also, one thing I've gotten to do with my passion is I teach meditation, and I think meditation is an awesome way to deal with mental health issues, so I love that. So, purpose is the reason you journey. Passion is the fire that lights the way. That's from somebody out there who's much brighter, much more philosophical than I am, but it just spoke to me, so I wanted to make sure I communicated that to you. Sheryl Sandberg also said leadership is about making others better as a result of your present and making sure that impact lasts in your absence. The whole point of being a good leader, of making an impact on your community, on those people around you, your class, your family, is that when you are not around, they are still capable of going above and beyond. It's the possibilities are endless when you give, when you empower those around you. It does not matter who they are. So, again, we're going back to the Prime program. The first letter, P, for passion. And passion it's the cornerstone of everything, okay? It's essential to find purpose because it fuels your motivation. It clarifies what truly is important to you, and it sustains you through challenges. If you have passion, we've all been there. We've had like moments where we've been working on something, a project, something. It could be a Lego Death Star. And you're passionate about finishing it, you can't find this piece, and what do? You spend hours looking for that one piece in this pile. Passion will drive you to go through to any length to complete that goal. And that's what we all need to have in everyday life, because everything, you can find passion in any circumstance. When you're passionate about something, you're more likely to invest in it deeply. It aligns your actions with your values, because you're not going to be passionate about something that doesn't matter to you. We've all been there. I've got a best friend who, if he doesn't enjoy something, he does not put any effort into it. And I'm sure parents in here can see with that with their kids. If they don't like it, they're not going to care. Do the dishes. Done. I was the same way. And then that's the thing. Passion, much like some of the other things, it's infectious. When you talk to somebody or you listen to somebody that is passionate about what they're doing, you'll catch that. You'll start, what am I passionate about? You ever observe somebody that is truly dedicated to something and thought, why can't I be passionate about something like that? You can be. You just gotta find what your thing is and then pursue it. It's so easy. It sounds difficult, but it's really easy. So respect, okay? Respect is the next part of this. Again, none of these are necessarily in any order, but respect is about respecting the people around you. It's about respecting yourself, because you can think all day long that what you like or what you're passionate about may be weird. But that's okay. Respect what makes you weird. Do the weird thing. Respect yourself, because that means that you care about it. So if you respect yourself enough to pursue what you love, you're not going to put any of your own obstacles in the way of your own passion and your own purpose. Also respecting other people and what they care about. Why do we care if somebody wants to be a cosplayer or a streamer or wants to be a garbage truck driver? Yes, Mom, I want to be a garbage truck driver because I like finding cool stuff in the garbage. If I'm passionate about it, why does it matter? It doesn't hurt you. So we can respect what other people want to do no matter what it is weird, because we like some weird stuff and we may not talk about it. But I guarantee you, we all like some weird stuff. I don't yell at meals, okay? Likewise, again, showing respect to others, it builds trust. If you work with somebody and they like something different than you, but you're willing to listen, you're going to build a bond with them. They're going to realize that you care about what they're talking about, and that bond is going to grow. And you're going to be a more powerful team, all right? It's, again, you're listening to what their passion is by respecting what they're passionate about. Purpose often grows from how we serve and uplift those around us. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but the rising tide lifts all ships in the harbor. If you just respect others and care about what they're passionate about, you will lift those around you, and they will feel inspired, and they'll continue that. They'll continue it with everybody around them. Inspiration. Again, next thing is just, it sparks a sense of possibility about anything that you're passionate about. And when you have that inspiration, you can find inspiration in anything. You can just be walking down the street and see a beautiful mural on the wall. You could see, I live in New York, okay? I walk down the street and I see amazing murals. I see people do simple graffiti on the sidewalk. I see stickers on lampposts. I whip my phone out and take pictures because I just think it's awesome that these stickers are just everywhere. People like to speak through these pieces of art that they just stick on a sign. But that's somebody's inspiration, and it inspires me because I want to take a picture of it because I find it intriguing and cool. You can find inspiration in anything around you. It expands your imagination, it challenges your limits. If you want to find something you're passionate about, expand your horizons. When I was in college, the Army has a great program called tuition assistance, and they'll pay for certain classes a certain amount per year. And that allowed me to pursue different goals. The reason I became a public affairs specialist in the Army and a photojournalist was because I took a class in what I was passionate about, which was developing film. I took that, my teacher was like, you have a great eye for taking pictures, why don't you go talk to the newspaper? They'll pay you to take pictures for stories. I was like, I like money. Who doesn't like money? So I went and took pictures. And I took the pictures back and got paid for it. Next time they said, hey, if you write about the story also, you get paid a little bit more for that too. I said, I like money, I just like a little bit extra money. So I started writing. And I found out through one passion, something else I was passionate about, and that's writing. So it all builds. And now I'm passionate about all of that. And I'm passionate about talking to people and learning about people and taking pictures of people and writing about people. It connects your inner spark to a powerful vision that will just continue to grow. Again, inspiration drives passion. Grab it, hold on to it, and use that fire to build your own flame and then to catch fire with other people and inspire them. Motivation, okay? Take that M off of impossible and everything is possible. We've heard a lot of people talking about possibilities today, and it's true. It's absolutely true. Motivation is essential to finding purpose because it turns intention into action. If you are motivated, once you have that inspiration, that respect, that passion, and you get motivated, nothing will stop you from achieving what you are passionate about and those goals. You will not stop until you've achieved that. I don't care if it's 100% in God of War Ragnarok on the PS5. You will be up at 5 a.m. every morning trying to get that achievement. I speak from experience. Okay? It's an internal drive that keeps you moving forward. Without motivation, even the most meaningful goal, it's just an idea. Sometimes you have to wake up in the morning and you have to find your own motivation. I'll be the first one to admit, I deal with mental health struggles. I have PTSD, I have depression from, again, being blown up, being ejected from vehicles, from seeing, my brothers and sisters in arms struggling. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to get out of bed. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to find that motivation. Some days I don't have a choice. When I served in the military, I didn't have a choice. You'd be in formation at 0630 to do PT, physical training, Monday through Friday, where you get in trouble. I didn't have a choice, but now that I'm out, I have to find my own motivation on a daily basis. And sometimes it is very difficult. But sometimes that motivation is just knowing that you have to get out of bed. And sometimes that's okay to stay in bed. Sometimes you can't find motivation, but just trying is good enough. Don't let anybody ever tell you that the bad feelings are bad. They're just feelings, they're emotions. Sometimes you have to work through them. And that's okay. But don't let it keep you down. Find the passion, find the motivation. Again, it's through motivated effort that purpose is discovered, it's shaped, and it will fulfill you over time. Empathy. This is the last pillar that I'm going to talk about because, again, it spells out prime, and that's all I wanted to get to was 5 letters. But empathy is so important because, again, with respecting other people, empathy matters. You cannot be a leader, you cannot be a friend, you cannot be a brother, a sister, a daughter, a mother, a father, a son. You can't be without empathy. You have to care about people around you. You have to find that relatability to what they're going through. And even if you can't, just listening is a path to empathy. Showing that you care and that you're there for them is empathy, and that's what matters. And again, through that empathy, you're showing respect. And you can also still help fire up that passion, okay? It connects you to something larger than yourself. All right, by understanding and sharing the feelings of others, you gain a deeper insight into what's making them tick, okay? Empathy guides you to use your talents not just for personal gain, but again, to better the environment around you. I go into every opportunity, every position, every place, every job to be value added. That's my passion, is to be value added. I want to make my community or my organization better. And I do that with empathy. I listen to the people around me. That's why I started my nonprofit that I have. I'll talk to you about that later on if you want. Because I know that there was more empathy needed in the veteran community, in the military community. And I knew that I could be that for people. So why passion and purpose? Okay, passion and purpose are an opportunity every day to fulfill your goals, to fulfill what you're motivated to do, to find your passion, and to just be a good human and to be a leader. Put yourself in that leadership role. Again, you don't have to be an NCO, a non-commissioned officer in the Army. You don't have to be an officer. You don't have to be a boss at a job, but you can be a leader in any instance. You can be a leader amongst your friends by making somebody feel better and setting that standard. Passion and purpose drive deep investment, leading to fulfillment and direction. It aligns your actions with your core values. Again, if you care about something, you're passionate about it, passion and purpose will align with it. Inspires others, making your journey towards purpose more meaningful. So again, this is me. Being passionate, it's a metaphor. Jumping over the fire and the obstacle, because passion, pride, all that stuff will get you past us. You guys get it? You get the metaphor? Okay. Take the bull by the horns. Okay. Everyone is capable of being a leader, as I said. Be passionate, respectful, inspirational, motivational, and empathetic to your team, to your family, and it will grow within them. All right. This methodology will allow you to manage talent, engage passions and purpose, and find the true power of your team. So even if you're the leader of a group project, you can find the passion within your team and put them on the right tasks, align them, and you'll just make that project even better because people will be doing something they care about. All right, this program helps you find purpose and passion for those who are struggling with finding the fire, and you can be the match that lights it. So, first off, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you, LVA, for allowing me to speak to you guys today. I appreciate the opportunity. If you guys want to contact me, my website is aaronknowlesmedia.com. There's my email address. You can also add me on LinkedIn if you want to. And lastly, one thing I'm passionate about is teaching others about AI and content creation. So I wrote a book. So feel free to check that out. Thank you.